Something strange started happening after a few weeks of using AI. Not in my work, not in my productivity, in my thinking. The way I question things changed, the way I made decisions changed. Even the way I saw myself started shifting. And the strange part is nobody is really talking about this. Most people right now are focused on one question: will AI replace jobs? But I think that's the wrong question because before AI replaces anything, it changes something much more fundamental. It changes how humans think. And when thinking changes, behavior changes. And when behavior changes, the entire economy shifts. So, in this video, I want to share something very specific. What happens after about 30 days of using AI as a thinking partner? I'm Elon Lyman, and here we explore the AI economy, not through hype, not through fear, but through what is actually changing. And today, let's explore what changes in your mind and why this might be one of the biggest economic shifts of our time. At the beginning, when you start with AI as a so called full always here partner that you're going to interact with verbally on practically each hour or each 2 hours to share your issues, problems, challenges. In the first 3 days, nothing really changes. You use AI like a tool. You ask questions, you get answers. It feels efficient, helpful, but superficial. You're still thinking the same way, you're just faster. Then, between days 4 to 10, something subtle starts happening. You begin to ask better questions, not because you decided to, but because the system reflects your thinking back to you. You start noticing gaps in your reasoning, inconsistencies, assumptions you didn't realize you had. AI becomes a mirror, and that mirror is uncomfortable sometimes because it doesn't just give answers, it exposes your thinking. And here's where the contradiction appears. At the same time that AI helps you think better, it could also make you lazy. You could just accept answers, stop questioning, and let it do the thinking. So there are two paths. AI is a thinking partner, and AI is a shortcut. And the differences changes everything. Now, if you stay engaged with it around days 10 to 20, something else happen. Your thinking speeds up. You explore ideas faster. You compare perspectives faster. You simulate decisions faster. What used to take hours takes minutes. And this creates something new, a rapid iteration of thoughts. You're no longer thinking linearly, you're thinking in loops. Now, this is where it becomes serious. After a few weeks nonstop being exposed to AI, about days, let's say 20 to 30, you don't just think faster, you start thinking differently. You question things you previously accepted. You revisit assumptions. You reevaluate beliefs. Not because someone told you, but because you've seen multiple perspectives and very quickly. And sometimes breaks breaks the illusion, what's called the illusion of certainty. Now let's simplify this. After 30 days of continuous use nonstop, you don't become smarter in the traditional sense. You become more aware of your thinking, more precise, less reactive, less dependent on external opinions. You rely less on influencers, experts, institutions, and more on your own reasoning, augmented by AI, obviously. Now, here is the part nobody is really talking about. If one person changes their thinking, that's interesting. If millions of people change how they think, that's economic. Because the economy is not just money, it's behavior. You see, if people think more independently, they trust less blindly, they question more, they compare more. So industries built on authority, influence, perception start weakening. Now, people become also, faster at deciding, more confident, more analytical. So switching increases, experimentation increases, loyalty decreases, market become more dynamic. Now, a lot of roles today exist to interpret information, simplify complexity, guide decisions. If individuals can do that, themselves with AI, those layers shrink, not disappear, but compresses. If thinking accelerates, learning accelerates, adaptation accelerates, change accelerates. So trends move faster, companies rise faster, companies also fall faster. You see, the economy becomes more fluid. But here's the other side of the medal. Not everyone will use AI this way. Some people will think more, question more, grow more. Others will rely on it passively, accept outputs, reduce effort. So we don't get one outcome, we get two. You will have those that grow, what I could call cognitive amplification, and also cognitive dependency. Yes, cognitive amplification and cognitive dependency. We have two groups. This creates a new divide, not just rich versus poor as we used to hear about those one, but high cognitive leverage versus low cognitive leverage. People who use AI to think better gain massive advantage. So what is really happening? AI is not just automating work. It is reshaping human cognition at scale. And when cognition changes, decisions changes, behavior changes, markets change. We're not just entering an AI economy, we are entering an economy where thinking itself is augmented. And the biggest shift is not what AI can do, but what humans become when they use it. And the real question is not, will AI replace jobs? The real question is, what kind of thinker will you become? Because that will determine your place in this new economy. If this got you thinking, please drop a comment. I read everything. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.